revolution will be live.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about voting. Voting is very important. I feel like society today doesn't stress that enough. Voting is very important. And I'm not just talking about the presidential election. I'm talking about the primary elections. I'm talking about the elections in your community, the voting for the sheriffs, voting for the judges, voting for superintendents in the school system. That's what I really mean. You should vote for every presidential election you can. Every able-bodied citizen should vote all the time in the presidential election, if they can, the primary election, because to me that's really what matters the most. Like that's the one where it affects you in your community. The voting for your judges, voting for your sheriffs, voting for your superintendent, those you'll see how that affects your community. But if you don't vote, if you don't go out and exercise your right, then you can't complain. That's just simple as that. You can't complain about something you weren't involved in. You can't complain how the group project turns out if you put no type of effort in it. You can't complain. You have to just accept the grade that you get. Accept the good grade, accept the bad. You just got to accept it. So go out and vote. If you want to see change, go out and vote. If you don't want to see change, do you? I'm not gonna tell you don't vote. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm just gonna say do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But if you want to see change, and if you want to see your community grow, and you want to see it improve, vote for the primary elections. Vote for the superintendents in vote for the things. Don't just vote in November. Vote in July. Vote for when March and February timeframe come around. Go vote for those in your community. Go to those polls, because those are the ones that are going to matter the most in your community. Presidential election really has no effect on you, and people have missed the concept. Voting is not just because you like the candidate. It's who do you think will get the job done. At the end of the day, this is a business. No matter how many people want to rock this in one way or the other, rock the boat in one way or the other, this is a business. Who can get the job done? Who? Whoever get the job done, I'm voting for you. That's really what matters. So if you don't vote, you can't complain. And here's another thing. There are black people out here who aren't voting. And to that I say, let's take a step back just real quick. A nice little step back in history. There was a time in this country, this great nation of America, where black people, or people of color in general, were not allowed to vote, not allowed to even enter into the places to vote. They had to comply to unnecessary semantics to go vote. How many beans are in a jar? It trips me out, because when I hear that, I'm just like, okay, I'm voting. Like, I don't care who it is. I don't care if I don't know anybody in the candidates. It doesn't matter. You gotta go vote. You gotta go vote. Especially if you're black. And I know that's a very thin line, but I'm just being real. Like, if you're black, you should feel some type of way when you hear that there was a time in this country where we couldn't even vote. We weren't even entered. We couldn't enter. We weren't even allowed to enter the building to go vote. So it's important for you, if you're black, to go vote. And if you're not black, it's still important, because you live in this country. You're a citizen. You should go. You should care about. If you don't care that much, you should still go vote. It's important, because you gotta stop being selfish. That's the key. Don't vote just for yourself. Vote for what happens in your community. That's the real kicker. Because if you just vote for yourself, you won't vote. That's so right. You're not gonna vote because you're not gonna care. It doesn't affect you. So go vote for your community more so than yourself. It's important that you go out, you exercise your right, because there are people literally died in the hands just so you can have that right to vote. So if nothing else, do it for that reason. Black, non-black, does not matter. Just do it for that reason. People died so that everyone it wasn't just for black, it was everyone could vote. It was specifically for black people to vote. But essentially, ultimately, the whole goal was everybody should have a say-so on what goes on in their country. And it's important that you exercise that right. It's important that you understand and that you should care about the improvement in your community, not just the presidential election. Don't just vote in November. Look on the website, go online, find out when the primaries are in your area, find out when those are. Go get yourself set up. Wear a mask, of course. Wear a mask. Make sure you're healthy, and go out and vote. All right, guys, that's gonna conclude this video. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and comment down below. Put some pressure on that notifications bell, and subscribe to the Dream King channel for future videos.